Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lenny S back at it again with another tier list video. So, today I'll be doing the Teen Wolf characters from season 1. Warning, major spoilers for season 1 ahead, season 1 of Teen Wolf ahead, so if you've not seen it, go watch it, unless you're fine with getting spoiled. So, I'm going to be ranking the main characters and the main side characters, if that makes sense. So pretty much the main cast and the recurring cast. So I consider Deaton as like a main side character, whatever. So this is not opinion, this is fact. Let's get started. So I have, I know exactly where I want to put a certain person. I will introduce them. So we have Derek Hale. He's a werewolf. We have Allison Argent, a werewolf hunter, but doesn't really know she doesn't know she's one yet. Danny Mulaney, he's a lacrosse player. Melissa McCall, she's a nurse and she's Scott's mum. Scott McCall, the main character, a werewolf. Kate Argent, Allison's aunt, a crazy werewolf hunter. Chris Argent, Allison's dad, just a regular werewolf hunter. I can't remember her name. Victoria Argent, she's Allison's mother, and she's absolutely crazy. Sheriff Stilinski, Styles' dad, and the sheriff. His name's Noah. This is Styles Stilinski right here. He's Scott's best friend. He's just a regular old human. Peter Hale. He is Derek's uncle, and he is the alpha, but we don't know that at the start of the season. We just think he's like a vegetable, basically. I think his name's Mr. Harris, the chemistry teacher. An absolute cunt, if you ask me. I hate him. Dr. Deaton. He's a veterinarian, but he's actually like a druid. But we don't know that. We don't really know what he does. He just knows a lot about the supernatural. Jackson Whitmore, the captain of the lacrosse team. Oh, Danny plays lacrosse. I didn't say that. The captain of the lacrosse team. Coach Bobby Finstock, the coach of the lacrosse team, and then Lydia Martin, Jackson's girlfriend, and I don't know, popular girl. So I'll just move everything back. I kind of have an idea of what it's going to be. Obviously, I'm just basing this off of what they're like in season 1, for reasons that I will explain. So this Harris is F tier, obviously. He is an absolute cunt, and he's the worst character in the show. He's worse than all of the bad guys. He's got no character integrity. He's an asshole. He's just mean to everybody for no reason. He's a very sad, sad man. Next we have Lydia Martin. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but it's not an opinion, this is a fact. She's a bitch in the first season. There's no question about that. She's like, I don't date losers. Nah. She's been annoying in the first season. In future seasons, she is a much better character. She gets a lot of character development, but in the first season, she's not nice. She's mean to Styles, who's in love with her. Yeah. So she's going on E tier. She's not awful, but she's just like a bitch, and you don't really like her. Next, we'll go with Jackson. Jackson's also a bit of a bitch. He's jealous of Scott. But he does say the best line in television history, which is, of course, he's saying he wants to know where Scott gets his drugs. And he says, where do you get your juice? Which is pretty epic. It's a pretty good line. So that's why he's E tier and not F tier. Next, we will go with Kate Argent. She's psychotic. She's crazy. But she's sexy and she's cool. So I'm going to do D tier. But she does lock up Derek and torture him for a bit. But she's kind of like mysterious. She also killed like all the Hale family, in case you want to know. So Derek, I think Derek is, I'm going to say B tier. Now, I love Derek, but in this particular season, he's a bit funky. Like, he's not fully fledged Derek that we love, that we know and love. Coach, obviously, oh my god. Coach is obviously S tier. There's no question about that. Everybody loves Coach. If you don't love Coach, you are awfully wrong. Coach is the best character in the show, no question about it. He just loves lacrosse so much. And economics. Next person we'll go with Chris Argent. I'm going to say C tier. He's not as crazy as his sister, but he's still just like, I'm going to hunt werewolves. And he's like, we go by the code. Whereas, so like the Argent have this code. It's like, we only kill those who kill our own. Basically, just don't kill werewolves for fun. Kate's like, fuck the code. And Chris is like, no, we got to stick to the code. It's a bit of a little bitch about it. So that's why he's C tier. Victoria. She is E tier. Simply because she doesn't get much, like, character development. Well, like, character anything. She's not really in it that much. And when she is, she's just a bit crazy. So, yeah. Danny is... I'm toying with the fact that Danny might be S tier. Danny is our gay representation. He loves to check out Derek in a particular scene, if you know what I'm talking about. But everybody loves Danny. Danny's just nice, and he helps everybody. He's Jackson's best friend, but he's not like a bitch, a little whiny little bitch like Jackson is. He's just like, whatever, guys, we're cool. So he's A tier. Possibly S tier, depending on how I feel. Dr. Deaton, B tier. Dr. Deaton is cool. He's a little bit mysterious in the first season, so we're putting him in B tier because he hasn't really revealed why he knows so much about the supernatural world yet. So B tier. Allison, C tier. She's kind of just like a love-struck little girl or teenager, not really doing much. She's really good at archery, and like that comes in, and she's like, I'm gonna kill some people. Yeah. Sheriff Stilinski. I'm gonna go. This hurts me. Sheriff Stilinski is in fact a C tier in season 1, because he's just like, he doesn't really do much. He's just like, I'm the sheriff, blah blah blah. Styles, go home. That's kind of what he's like. And Styles is a bit like, ah. It's kind of funny. Oh, okay. This is. So Peter Hale, he is a pretty good, because like the whole thing is we don't know who the alpha is, and it turns out to be Peter, and we're like, what? So I think he's actually a pretty good villain. So that's why he's gonna be B tier. I kind of want to bring Sheriff up, but that's just because like he's so good in the future seasons. In the first season, we don't really know about Sheriff. So I think, yeah, B tier. He's like not a good person, but like as a villain, it's very surprising, and I think it's very good. Actually, no, I think he's a C tier because he's a good villain, but he's kind of like shitty as well, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, he does some shit things. Like he's like, where, but he gets killed very easily at the end. So it's like not it. But yeah, Scott, B tier. He is actually no, season 1 Scott is B tier. He is B tier because he's a little bit of like, he's like, oh, I'm a werewolf, and it's kind of like, chillax, Scott, you're fine. And he gets really good at lacrosse, and he's like, he doesn't want to use his werewolf abilities really, and he's like, he hides it from everybody. Like, I guess he would hide it, but like, I don't know. Styles is A tier. He is hilarious. He is the best sidekick. Styles and his Jeep, best thing ever. Okay, Melissa McCall. She's not D tier. Well, she doesn't really know anything. I think like both Melissa and Sheriff Stilinski, in future seasons, when they find out about the supernatural, they're much better characters. Like, they really help and they're really like supportive. But this season, she is a C tier. So my season 1 ranking: Coach Bobby Flintstock, S tier. That's going to be every season. I have to say, like, he is just, everybody loves Coach. Danny and Styles as A tier, because they're both really good characters, genuine intentions, you know. B tier, Derek, Deaton, and Scott, for like, because just they're B tier, they're not quite A tier. Like, I think all 3 of them have the potential to be A tier, but they're not quite there yet. C tier, Chris, Allison, Sheriff, Peter, Melissa. Like, they're not great, they're not offensive, they're just kind of in that middle area. You know, nothing bad about them, but nothing good either. I think I'm actually going to move Lydia to D tier, because she's not awful. No, she kind of is awful in this season. I'm going to be real with you. Okay, D tier. Kate, she has a motive. Well, not really a motive. She just wants to kill all the werewolves. It's pretty cool. She's pretty crazy, like, cool. E tier is Victoria. I always forget her name. Lydia and Jackson. Just because they're all kind of mean to the main gang. Like, these 2 get better in future seasons. She does not. And then F tier, Professor Harris, or whatever his name is. I hate him so much. He is the worst character in the whole show. Alright, so that is the official tier list ranking of the Teen Wolf main characters in season 1. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Put any suggestions in the comments.